It's interconference time for these Nuggets as they come in as the visiting team. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. I'm Kevin Harlan. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And as we take a look at Brandon Jennings right here, guys, what's your take?
And Jennings is a tremendously quick player, Kevin. Not real physically dominant. He's got that skinny frame, but he's so fast and quick that he can get anywhere he wants on offense. And then defensively, he loves to read the passing lanes, make steals, and get out in transition.
Well, he's extremely tough to stop in the open court, Steve. I mean, his finishing is much improved, and when he gets around the rim, he has pretty good air time, hang time, and dexterity to glide past defenders and finish the play.
You look at Detroit.
And while it wasn't the biggest win streak of the season, the Nuggets did have a pretty good rampage of their own from the end of February into March. And because it happened when the Heat were doing what they were doing, the Nuggets kind of flew under the radar.
Lawson with it. And Jennings picks him up defensively. Lawson with a screen on Smith. 6 to shoot. Fareed outside. Brandon Jennings with the rebound. Well, as you said, the Nuggets put together their big 15-game winning streak. But, Steve, since it happened, when the Heat rattled off their big push, nobody really even seemed to notice.
That's right. It might have worked out in their favor anyway, Kevin, because that win streak really kind of put them into high gear and allowed them to climb into the third spot in the West. Probably was nice not having the media focused on them and wanting to talk to them every day about what was happening in the Western Conference.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, thank you. I spoke with Pistons head coach for just a bit. I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Fareed. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on the game, I think it'll really be to our advantage. Guys, an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
Thanks, Doris. Here is Jennings. After the made shot from Fournier.
Guys, it seemed to be a great fit initially in Denver with McGee and the Nuggets. But he had a bit of a wake-up call from George Karl last season when Karl said of McGee, lazy and crazy isn't going to make it work.
Now Gallinari, following the miss by Brandon Jennings from deep. Toss in the pass to Gallinari. Fires for 3. Rebound, Detroit. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
A nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
And with JaVale McGee, his then coach Karl said he's a tremendous talent. Karl just wants him to be more fundamentally sound.
Well, he said it on multiple occasions. And one of the reasons McGee never got into the starting lineup under Karl was that he was too sporadic with his effort. He'd make a spectacular play and then turn it around and make a bad one. So he needs consistency in his game.
He hits the second from the line.
The Pistons are really still a young team learning how to win in the league, but they made some strides last year because they started to win more consistently at home. And you could actually see this team becoming more consistent as the season went on.
And Clark, you talked about the Pistons last year at home. 18 of the team's 29 wins came right here, Steve, in Auburn Hills.
Well, it'll take baby steps for this team to improve year to year. And obviously making that big step, signing Josh Smith over the summer to go along with that young talent, bringing back Chauncey Billups. I think the Pistons are really looking to make a move here, and it's going to be a fun team to watch this season.
And he's good on the second.
Because Josh Smith doesn't put up huge numbers in any one area of the game, he sometimes gets overlooked for what he does on the floor. And one of the most versatile big men in the game.
Here's Fareed. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Now here's Jennings. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And Steve, you mentioned Smith's versatility. Clark, there's no doubt he really fills up a stat sheet.
Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Kevin, he does it all really, and pretty tough defense too. An all-star caliber player, there's no doubt about that.
Here's Lawson, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. And it's Gallinari missing. Now here's Jennings. Stuckey outside. The dish now to Smith. Back to Stuckey. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And it's off from three-point range. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Fournier. He's guarded by Jennings. And Fournier kicks to Lawson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to Gallinari. Lets it go. They get it again. Fareed dishes to Fournier. Lawson. He feeds it to Fournier. Second chance shot with the clock winding down. Fareed, no good.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Back to Smith. Right block shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, the sailing was not smooth for Jay Smooth last year, as he had some contentious moments with the Hawks organization at times. Was even suspended a game by the team back last January.
That free throw missing. And even though Josh Smith is from Atlanta, there have been some misgivings there really from the beginning.
Yeah, you know, after he said he wanted that max contract, his name came up going into the trade deadline. In the end, the Hawks didn't get any offers they liked, so they just allowed him to hit unrestricted free agency this offseason.
And the Nuggets making a change here. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Arthur comes in for Kenneth Fareed. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Gallinari. And Andre Miller has subbed in for Fournier. Now here's Billups. Wilson Chandler unable to get his shot to go. Caldwell Pope passes it to Smith. Caldwell Pope kicks to Smith. The fader. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Lawson with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Back to Chandler. Lawson outside. Hickson a screen on Billups. Here's Lawson. Hangs in the air. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
The Nuggets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And no surprise, Kevin. I mean, this is a team that was at the bottom of the league last season. They shot about 70% as a team.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
And the Pistons making a change here. Villanueva's checked in. Billups attacking. He passes to Caldwell Pope. Kicks it to Villanueva. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Well, you look at last season's numbers, guys. Down below 70% as a team from the line.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
And the first one drops. That one is no good. Here's Miller. Got it off in time, but it's no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pistons ahead, up 1.